learning about tsunami, earthquakes, and volcanoes. So we're here to practice how to get away from these things and stay safe.
So we're doing the emergency life jacket game, and the idea is that there's a flood or some kind of water-related disaster. They can improvise to make a life jacket. So we're using plastic bottles. The way we do this is we put it under the person's t-shirt, screw the top from above, at least 4 on the back and 4 on the front, and you tie it with string. If a child or anyone has to go in water for an emergency reason, they can then float and get to safety.
When we work in our station with differently abled participants, truth be told, I've never really worked intimately with a community. What I was saying was translated to Thai, then translated to sign language. I felt quite helpless at first, but then just chose to enjoy the process. It's interesting for me how they sort of adapted to their own capacity. Instead of writing it down, they chose to role play it. We didn't even facilitate it. They suggested it was just very organic for them to act it out. It was a surprise, but I think it was a beautiful surprise because they introduced this new possibility for the activity to not use only words but use actions and role playing to tell the message. And I think it's interesting because when you act something out, you remember it more. When you move your body and not only think and write something, you retain it more. So that might be interesting to adapt to the activity in the long run.
So when I visited the villages in Thailand, I find there was a lot of similarity between the way the people live in villages of Nepal and the way people live in villages of Thailand. It was really knowledgeable yet refreshing experience for me, as I got to know a lot of new things which I can go back and replicate in my country to make my country more disaster resilient. For an instance, like the practice of having a grain bank, which is very popular over here in this part of the world, but it's not quite popular back home. We can also introduce a concept like that to make the houses of Kathmandu and other places of Nepal much more disaster resilient as it is now. Plus there are other concepts like how they have used the local resources and the local technology to make more disaster resilient houses. Although we have been promoting such kind of uses back home as well, but still we can learn a lot from the places like Chiang Mai. So I personally think that today's trip was really knowledgeable and refreshing for me as well as all my other fellow hands' participation. Thank you.
When I walked into the community, I just felt that I'm not a research fellow, that I'm not a professional, that I was there to learn from them. When I had that visit, it's me learning from them than them learning from me. Because of hands, I guess that the community visits are very important. That's not an immersion, but the visit is actually to give you a perspective of what is happening in the local context and get to know the group so that when you write the design, it is based on what they need and what they would want to have.
การที่ได้มาเข้าค่ายอบรมฝึกการรับมือภัยพิบัติทางธรรมชาตินะคะเป็นอะไรที่สนุกมากค่ะแต่ละฐานได้ความรู้เกี่ยวกับการปฐมพยาบาลการช่วยเหลือผู้ประสบภัยและการเอาตัวรอดจากภัยพิบัตินะคะ
ค่ะถ้าสมมุติเกิดเหตุฉุกเฉินเนี่ยค่ะก็สามารถนำไปใช้ได้โดยที่เราได้ไม่ต้องตื่นตระหนกมากเกินไป
私は5年前に実際に被災をして母方の方の親戚のおばあさんを津波で亡くしてるんですけど彼女はやっぱり私たちはちゃんとスキルを習ってたし学校でもいろんなことを学んで知っているのに
こう知っていてもやらなかったり、あえてもう大丈夫かなっていう勝手なこう思いで逃げなくて流されちゃったっていう話を聞いているので、やっぱりこうやって座って聞くだけじゃなくて、このカエルキャラバンとかレッドベアみたいに実際に学んだことをその場でやってみたりとか、それはダメだよってその場で教えてもらえることがすごい大事だと思うし、それをこう大人から子供にで、子供がこう大きくなって高校生ぐらいになってちっちゃい子供にって言ってこうどんどん次の世代に継承していくのが一番大事だと思うので、こう一番重要なところはこう継続していくことだと思います。
During our stay here in Thailand, we got a chance to develop a game which incorporated both the knowledge and the skill aspect. And during the whole designing process, we explored a lot of loopholes, we worked on it, we strengthened it, and at last we were able to carry it out in a nice way. That gave us a lot of learning, right? So we now know how to go about while designing a game, like basic things such as having a timeline in place, doing a proper research before designing process begins. So things like that helped us a lot. So I'm really looking forward to go back home and reflect back the knowledge that I have learned from here in my further projects in future.
And I'm really happy myself to join the Hands project. These activities, it is very useful to me, and if possible, I would like to create such activities in Myanmar to international friends are together coming and joining. Yeah, really enjoying it.
The HANDS program is about hopes and dreams. It's about creativity and discovery. It's about action and collaboration. It has given me opportunities to learn more about sustainable development, education inclusion, and community-based learning. It's about idealism and action.
I expect the fellows to be the agent for change in the society, because now it's a time for uncertainty. People cannot predict what's going to happen in 10 years, 20 years. So we need the people, we need to be somebody who can change the society for better direction. And our big vision for the HANDS project is that these people, fellows, can be the agent for change for the society.